Hello there. Welcome to yet another episode of Scoundrels of the Forest. I'm happy to have you all here with me. I'm happy to have my fellow scoundrels with me. We had a big episode this week. It's a big celebration, and it's a celebration for another reason as well. Because we do have one of our scoundrels who is, he's definitely a little older. I doubt he's a little wiser, but maybe. I guess we're going to find out. Let's get him on without any further ado. Mr. Matty Gunner, Dirty 30, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, buddy? Thank you very much. Definitely not that much wiser. You know, the amount of blows to the head I've probably taken, like the amount of brain cells I've lost. Like, I'm a lost cause at this point, but it's like all the info I've taken in about Star Wars, I've just pushed everything else out. But that's okay, because who cares about anything other than Star Wars?
That's true. Not me, that's for sure. Well, let's bring on our other scoundrel. It's not his birthday, so he's definitely not any wiser. But, you know, he's really lovable. He's definitely the eye candy of the show, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's bring him on now. Mr. One, Mr. Only, Richard Ark Jarvie, my friend. How are you doing?
What's going on? Doing great. Happy birthday, Matty Gunner. I'm already on the 3-1, so I'm way ahead of you. It's all pretty much downhill from here. I'm like, my knee is shot. I'm like having headaches all the time. I can't sleep anymore.
My back is fucked. My knees are bollocks. Like,
and I'm like 10 years older than both of you, so it shows you where I am at this point. It doesn't get any better. I got a heating pad right here because of my back still. I got like I bought this like TENS machine. I'm like jolted my back here and there. Don't get old.
I've been looking at one of those inverted desks, the inverted tables that you can get where you just kind of like lay and hang but backward. Ooh. So it like cracks all your back and everything. They're like crazy expensive. But not as expensive as something else we're going to be talking about in a little bit.
You know what? That's a great segue. You know what? Let's go right into the news. That's the first thing you just go ahead and talk about because you did it so well. Hit me up with the news, Matty.
The segue king. Okay. So, Disney have announced Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, their hotel at Disneyland, a 2-day, 2-night experience on Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. Now, we're going to put this out like we don't encourage donations to the channel, but if you guys want to send us on a luxury, all expenses paid trip, bear in mind it is my birthday. Don't make me flutter these beautiful blues. But the starting price for 2 guests, working at about $1,200 per guest per night. Bear in mind this is per night. $4,809 for 2 people for 2 nights.
Wow.
It gets better. The cost per person decreases for a larger party, priced at $5,299. That's $885 per person for 3 adults. For 2 adults and 1 child, and pretty much $6,000 for 4 people, and that's 3 adults and 1 child. What's included in this is you get the intergalactic voyage, the 2-night stay, food and drinks, which anyone who's been to Disney, you know that's ridiculous amounts. And you also get a guaranteed entry to the park.
I would fucking hope so.
Well, that's $800 a pop then?
About 800.
If you're going
800 something bucks per person, yeah.
Well, that's not too bad. That's for 1 night?
2 nights.
Okay, well, that's not too bad, though. I thought it was like 4,000 for a night. I was like, whoa.
That's still pretty well off. That's still pretty George Lucas.
$4,809 for 2 guests per night. So, like, the more people that go, the cheaper it gets.
Well,
but if it was just like to be you and me, Jarvie, then it would be $1,200 per guest per night.
That's still
we're not going.
I'm sorry. I'm refreshing Streamlabs now. I'll keep refreshing it and see what happens. But yeah, otherwise I don't think that's going to happen at this point. Good to see you guys at the chat there, Koba. Also, like the party. I'm sure it's Robert or Vanessa or both, but good to see you. Jake, of course. Maddie Thomas, always good to see you as well.
Do try to pronounce my friend's name.
Kolpa?
And the last name?
Korva?
That's all right. No. I'm just trying to make you look stupid because there's no way you can pronounce his name. I just wanted you to try.
Challenge accepted. That's all right. That's okay.
Matt in the chat, I did not see the itinerary that came out with it. If you want to let us know what that is, we'll we'll pick that up. But for fucking 12 grand a night, like,
well, there's got to be some
gotta
lightsaber
be
battles
good.
or some like
There was.
Some
I actually saw this
workshops
really quickly.
I love the release trailer they put out for it because it's basically a dad there with his 2 daughters, and they're like, "Come on, Dad, we want to go see the park," and he's all dressed up like in Star Wars garb. He's like, "No, we need to save the galaxy," and it's like, "Yep." That sounds like if I had a kid or 2, like that would be me. They'd be like, "Dad, we want to go see the park." I'm like, "No, we gotta save the galaxy." Matt's gonna DM it to me. Cool.
I did get a quick glance, and I can't remember what it was. But it closed the garage. There's just here it is. So here it is. Here's the itinerary. Sample itinerary. Day 1. Arrived at terminal at 1 p.m. Launch pod to Star Cruiser. Ship orientation. Light refreshments. Sabacc lessons. Muster.
Wow.
That is. Captain's reception. Dinner featuring live music. Outer rim regalia. Unexpected story moment. For example, you might prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring, or hide a stowaway to help the resistance. Then bridge training. Then special atrium entertainment. Then day 2, you got breakfast. Transport shuttle to Batu. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Story moment. You might broker a deal for a heist, or arrange to steal a ship from the First Order. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Launch at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. Transport shuttle to Star Cruiser. Lightsaber training.
Oh,
Droid racing competition. Build a model ship. Sabacc tournament. Cocktails at Sublate Lounge. Taste around the galaxy dinner. Story moment. Put the heist plan to action, or bring the stolen ship aboard and watch out for the First Order. And then spectacular finale.
I would just spend the whole day lightsaber battling.
I don't even know if you get a choice. I don't know if it's like one of those things where you get to choose what to do, or if you just like.
it'd just
If you
be
just,
me and
like-
Jarvie just running around the park, just fucking hitting each
Yeah,
other with lightsabers.
just destroying the sabers. They're not battle ready. I don't care.
You know, actually, Jake brings up a good point. Why don't you pronounce it? Tell us how it's pronounced.
Yeah, what do you tell us how it's pronounced?
What are you trying to pronounce?
Your friend's name.
Your friend's name.
Oh, me? Just say it.
Yeah.
Kopo Griva.
Corpo Griva.
Griva. Kopo Griva.
Okay.
Kliva. Like, is it like an L?
Because
or
you
an
guys,
R?
you guys are pronouncing
Kliva.
my name wrong as well. It's Richard Erik Järvi.
What's that again?
Richard Erik Järvi.
Rehad.
God bless you.
Yeah.
That's actually sexier than Richard Eric. Like, that's even
That
sexier
is-
than
that is, like,
Damn,
really-
man, you should be
like-
using that. You should be using that on everywhere you go.
Richard. Like,
Fuck that.
Richard Jarvie. Like Ben and Drew started calling me Jarvie. I'm like, I guess I'm a Jarvie now.
Say it one more time so we can get that on tape there.
Richard Erik Järvi.
Rehad. Eric. Järvi.
Yeah, I had a stroke. It's 31, man. This is prime stroke years.
Oh, thanks, bro. Like, I've got 1 year before primary stroke years.
There you
Thanks,
go.
pal.
Oh, I'm well beyond that. That's true. Food is covered.
You're overdue. I'm
Since that's true.
Is the food any good? Like, I've never been, so I can't. Florida theme park. What was that?
In Florida, late Florida part, the vloggers are going
Do
to
we get
dominate.
death
us.
sticks and some smash as well?
I would hope so.
Yeah,
right, well, let's
I've
face
been
it, I'm not
reading
going
Light
to
of the Jedi. I know all about smash.
There you go. I am not going to be going to this, unfortunately. As much as I love, you're not going to be able to get a PLD PLD challenge out of this one because I have a lot. There's no way I'm spending that much.
I'm gonna find a way to get a POD challenge out of this one.
If someone wants to fund me, I'll go. But otherwise,
We should like just dress up as Han Solo and smuggle our way on.
I could do it. That'd be good. We get really put in jail and taken care of. But that's okay. It'll be worth the price.
I wonder if you're disturbing the peace in the hotel, they actually throw you like in a Star Wars brig.
Probably.
Like-
I'd assume they'd have to do doing stuff like that. That'd be part of the thing.
They throw
Someone
you
have
in
to
a
break you out. Like
detention
you're,
block.
they
Yeah,
throw
detention
Maddie in the. They'd have to throw Maddie in the brig, and then our mission would be to break him out or something somehow.
Yeah.
You just leave me in there though.
That's true. I get distracted by alcohol. Probably that's the problem. I'm like, oh,
Well, you guys are supposed to save me.
Corellian whiskey.
You just
That's
be like,
death sticks.
yeah, he'll be fine. He's got a bed in there. He'll be all
It's
right.
fine. He'll just like work out or something. He's all good. We're gonna.
Just don't touch the blue soap.
I got a great. I got the Corellian whiskey, and I got Twilight Dancing Girl. I'm good to go.
Twilight strip clubs in Disney. Disney.
That's where the real money is made.
That's
Disney.
where we're getting our money's worth. I'm telling you. Now we're talking.
The after hours at Star Wars Galactic Cruise.
See,
That's
Matt's
not on
got-
the itinerary. They can't advertise that. But once the sun goes down,
Story time. That's story time.
that was-
spectacular.
Adult story time.
That's definitely the freaking story moment. But Matt's got the right idea in the chat. I like Matt's positivity. Let's pull together some money and go.
Oh, okay. I'll pull some now. It's coming down.
Woo, out of my ass.
Yay!
Woo.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so mean.
And refreshing the Streamlabs and still nothing. I guess they just don't want us to go. That's fair though.
You guys don't want us to have any fun. That's fine. Whatever. Next piece of news: a new Lego Star Wars. I gotta shout out April real quick because I know she loves anything Lego Star Wars. So there's a new Halloween story, Terrifying Tales, to be released in October, which stars Poe Dameron, and he will be going to Mustafar to retrieve an artifact from Darth Vader's castle.
Who's actually there?
I like Lego. Lego stuff is actually very entertaining. It's humorous, and you get to tell these weird stories that, like, I always feel like the canon doesn't dare tell you. So it's like kind of closey stuff.
Is it? This is my question. Is it canon or is it not canon? Or
Lego
is
is
it
its own canon, pretty much. I mean, like,
Yeah, Lego's his own thing.
although I do wonder sometimes. I do wonder if like what they do is it's one of those things where it's like skewed canon, like it's ridiculous, so it's not canon, but like the story beats could be theoretically possibly.
Yeah,
something
like
that,
the
you know what I mean?
time travel thing from the from the Christmas one. I doubt Rey went back in time and like spoke to all those people and like gathered everyone there, but I wouldn't doubt that she's been to a temple and spoke to some of the people from a different era.
Yeah, if it's not having like the biggest of consequences on the storyline, I guess it doesn't really matter, right?
It doesn't. These are Lego stuff is more amusing. Although it's kind of what's kind of cool about it is like, for example, they did the holiday special. Or whatever. It was the first thing. It's the first thing we have gotten post Rise of Skywalker in canon.
Yep.
And not canon, but you know what I mean, like for story at all. So it's still interesting to see beyond
But
that
this-
kind of thing.
For this, they say as well, it's like this takes place after the Rise of Skywalker,
Right.
so they're sort of laying the frames of the story, but
Right.
like
I mean-
it could be canon, but it's probably not going to
And
be.
that's why I say it's gonna be skewed canon. Like you'll see some story beats there. I wouldn't be surprised if like somehow it gets like in a book someone mentioned something that happened in this, but it wasn't like done exactly the same way.
Yeah,
you
it
know what I
says
mean?
that as they go deeper into the castle, they start telling various different stories from a bygone era.
I did
so
hear
we-
Christian
we
Slater is going to be involved somehow too.
Yeah, he's going to be voicing Ren,
That's so weird.
the original leader of the Knights of Ren.
Which is kind of cool though. I kind of
Yeah,
like
that's
Christian
pretty
Slater.
sick.
It's a
Not
good
the
flick, though,
person
like-
that I would immediately go to voice Ren.
Me either, but like I kind of feel like he could be really good at it. It's one of those roles that like you know he almost Christian Slater to me deserves a little bit of a renaissance to a degree. He was in Mr. Robot, which did really well. He's in some stuff. He's had some good moments. I kind of feel like he could.
Oh, did you say Christian Slater?
Yes, Christian Slater.
Oh shit! I thought like for the connection kind of lagged for me a little. I thought it was Christian something else. Wow,
No, Christian
They
Slater.
Kristen Stewart.
Christian Stewart.
No, but he'd be. I don't. Why? Wouldn't you think of him when you think Ren?
Because Ren is kind of like this, like big, bulking, huge, intimidating kind of dude, and I don't know why. I just Christian Slater, like I don't
He's not
see it.
mousy.
But his voice is still.
Right.
I think
his
his
voice.
voice fits it.
We'll have to see how it goes. But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing it because I think he could be really good. I've always liked Christian Slater.
Same here.
Late to the part brings up a good point though. Going back real quick, I don't know if they actually like clean the real brig, like, or do they just escort you out a back door to?
I'm saying.
So that phrase, my ass better be sitting in the brig until the ship docks again. Absolutely. If you fuck up, you better be fucked up.
Yep.
And, like they better take you on with that kind of money. Even if you fuck up, you go in like a space cruiser. You get
Ooh,
you
I
get guarded
wonder-
with pistols and guarded with lightsabers and shit. You better be fucking really.
Temple
Put that in.
Guardians leading
Yes,
you out.
exactly.
And I wonder if there's going to be actual like droids, like cleanup droids, like the Roombas and stuff. That's going to be like droid themed. I'm pretty sure that's what they like. They should do that. Otherwise, it's a missed opportunity.
I would love if like you're walking down to the pool or whatever, and you just see a gonk droid come walking
Oh.
by.
Yeah.
Hell
Or like
yeah.
they're definitely doing some of
or
that.
a little mouse droid just come floating by.
100%. 100%.
Oh, that would be so good.
There's so many more things you can do. That's the thing is like it is so enticing. Like it's like even though it's such
It
an
is.
expensive thing, I'm still kind of back in my mind. I'm still kind of going, how can I make this work? How can I make this work?
The thing is, I'm also going to Celebration next year, so I'm kind of like thinking, if Celebration goes ahead, like,
Yeah.
could I maybe squeeze in a night or two?
Another $4,000? Yeah, sure. Why not? You know, fuck it. That's just you're gonna go
By the
all in,
way,
right?
We
I'll
gotta
find
form that family. Get that family ticket. Like PLD's the dad, we're the kids. So
I got to do.
Yeah.
I'm not that old. I mean, I got busy early, I guess, but I'll make it do. I'll make it work.
I got busy early.
What's up, Mike? Good to see you as always. And Maddie's like the devil on our shoulder.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
All
do
right,
it.
Matt, I'm down. Dude, me and Matt would have such a good time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna have a good time in LA in December.
You going to Hawaii?
I said LA in December.
Oh, well then let's go in December.
Spectacular.
let me just enjoy Maddie struggling with his camera.
We're gonna
Dude, I have no idea what's going on.
There you go.
My camera's all blurry.
Your camera's trying to tell you don't have that kind of money. You need to get a new camera before you get to go.
Yeah, I need to get a new camera.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna get cut off by Disney in a sec anyway. So
Pretty much.
All right, I'm gonna
All right.
fucking jump out real quick and jump back in.
All right, I'll start the next piece of news then while you're gone. We're going to let Dirty 30 take a little break there. His birthday is too much for his computer. The last piece of news that we're going to talk about real quick before we get into last week's, or this week's rather, Bad Batch, is we got confirmation that Bad Batch Season 2 is coming. And it's coming in 2022. That put a little bit of relief on my face in a way. I got to say, I'll be honest with you. Let's see, he's back. Is he better than
back.
ever?
Yep.
Better. Okay,
looks good.
Better. Looks good.
Yep. You look good, Dutch.
no,
So-
it's actually like the less HD you are, like the older you get, the less HD you want. So
That's true.
Bro,
keep it blurry,
I
man.
know I'm getting old.
I'm going that,
I know
too.
I'm getting old.
Trust me, I'm getting a worse camera next time I buy one. It'll be totally blurred next time you see me. But anyway, Bad Batch Season 2. I'm very excited this is happening. I kind of thought it was going to, but I had like this niggling doubt like in the back of my mind. I was like, I wonder if they're just going to do the one season. Is that what they're going to go for? Why haven't they said anything yet? But then we got the confirmation. Very happy because I think this thing has a lot more to explore, a lot more character development to give us. What were your thoughts, Manny?
Well, we kind of had an inkling that it was gonna be the case. I would have kind of liked for it to have come at the end of this week's episode. If I'm being completely honest, it's
Like
not.
Loki? Kind of like
Yeah,
what Loki did?
like I'm not whining or bitching about it, but it would have been cool because now I'm like, it makes me think what moment is going to happen at the end of the second part of the finale that's going to make us go, oh shit, I can't wait for season 2. And I think that moment, it would have been cool to have that moment, cut to black, Bad Batch will return for season 2.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. But I mean, that's kind of nitpicky though to a degree. Though. I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's a total
entirely. That was
nitpick.
But like,
I'm not, as I say, I'm not.
it does let me look at
Fine.
this season. Lets me look at this season finale a little differently because I don't have any worries about. I'm not like, are they wrapping it up? Is this what they're doing? Now I know. Okay, this is a minor wrap up into what we're gonna get next. What about you, Jerry? Yeah.
Yeah, it all hangs in the next episode, in the finale. But overall, I know they're not going to do that, but what I'd like to see is them cutting down on the number of episodes.
Really?
Yeah, because there's been some amazing episodes this season, but there's so much filler stuff that honestly, I could cut maybe 1/3 of these episodes of the first season, and I'd love this show way more. I know they're not going to do that, and that's fine. That's just something I would do because I feel like the storytelling needs to be a bit tighter.
Well, back in the day, 20 to 23 episodes was like the
I know.
standard.
Yeah.
So to me, this was a good. To me, I like this as a good compromise. I thought 16 let us expand on something. I mean, you can call it filler. I get it. I don't necessarily think they're as filler as you kind of say they are. I think they do add a lot to character, which I like. So letting it slowly burn, because this 16 weeks has gone by pretty quickly for me. I mean, to be honest with you. So even with like the 4, maybe 3 or 4 totally filler episodes, I still felt we got where we need to go. We just got a couple of cool little rest moments in between. So I mean, I see what you're getting to a point, but I think 16 is a good solid compromise. If we went down to like 12, I might still be okay with it. But like I feel like at the end of the day, like if you go any more than less than that, then it's like it's not worth it. I mean, it's good for like a live action show like Mandalorian. I think that works better, the 8 to 10 episodes. But with an animated show at like 20 minutes, 25 minutes a pop, I like a good solid 16. I think it's a good compromise.
Like, give me more like live action filler. I'll watch gladly. It's the animated stuff.
So it's because it's the animated stuff.
It's the animated stuff that makes me like. I'm not a fan of the animation style, so I'm super critical towards the storytelling. If the story is not doing much for me, I immediately think of it as a filler and an unnecessary episode. That's my thing. I know I've been like a broken record talking about the animated stuff and how I'm not a fan of the style.
Oh, you are lost.
Exactly.
Late to the Pie has a really good question in the chat.
About to bring that up there.
Y'all
I
think
don't
Omega
think
will
so.
eventually-
I don't think so.
I do.
Y'all think Omega will eventually show up in live action for the Book of Boba? That's for the audio listeners, even though I don't have any.
Maybe not Book of Boba, but I think she'll show up.
My thought on this is twofold. My initial thought was, yes, I think this is what they're setting up, and that's why they're releasing things the way they're releasing them. That's what I was thinking. I thought it'd be kind of cool. We get the introduction of Omega. Book of Boba Fett shows up. Omega shows up in that live action, and then we get a season 2 of Bad Batch where we get to fill that out, so to speak. You know what I mean? Get to fill even more out. So it ended up being like a little bit of both. We could kind of help each other out, because that's how canon was supposed to be when Kathleen Kennedy first announced that all canon was going to be together. It almost seemed like they were supposed to help each other out, like a book, TV, movie. They were all supposed to kind of flow. It hasn't quite worked out that way. Obviously, the sequels took on their own whole life form, and then like the TV has started to do a little better. And because Filoni is heavily involved in both, and the TV, the animation and the live action seem like they do mesh a little bit better together than, say, the movies did. So that is a great point that either Robert or Vanessa bring up, because I do think that it would be really cool to get that, and it will help make this even more important to a degree, because some people are like Yarvi. They tend not to be more of the animated fare. They like just more of the live action TV stuff, and that's not. It's fine. It's not even knocking you. I mean, some people like live action only. They don't like the animated at all. But this is a way to kind of get both sides of that the equation into play in a way. Actually, I bet you, Charlie, if you saw Omega in the Book of Boba Fett, you'd want to go back and see more about her character.
Yeah, I'd be way more excited about her.
Interesting. Right, exactly. So, and that's
I've
true,
seen there's been some people on Twitter already that have already been fan casting, and I guess it's probably just because Dune's coming out that people have been saying Zendaya to play
for Omega,
for like an older Omega.
I'd rather have someone.
I feel like we're getting too much. Not too much, because I love Zendaya. I think we don't need her in this. She's doing so much already.
Yeah, 100%. And as I said, it's probably just because of Dune and because like people love her and she has a name.
Very hot name. Spider-Man, Dune. She's very hot in the culture now. I agree with that. I agree. Like, I'd like to see someone we don't know. I'd like to see somebody completely new, and that would be great too. Get perfect. Make her exactly
Agreed.
like Tim. Hell, maybe Temuera Morrison has someone in his lineage that can play that kind of cool.
I think he does have a daughter.
Does he? I don't know much about him.
I'm pretty sure he has a daughter.
Who knows if she's a performer or not? But either way, I agree that'd be nice to get somebody who fulfills the exact lineage that she is, because it makes sense if it's there, and we might as well go for it. But so I'm hoping she is. I don't know if she is. I didn't. My initial thought had been yes. I kind of backed off on it a little bit, though. I feel like there might not be enough room in there for the Book of Boba Fett. If she does, I believe it's going to be some kind of small, not cameo type role, but like
flashback.
Either
sort of
flashback or
like Katie Sackhoff in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, something to that effect. I could see, because I've heard rumors, and this is not spoilers. Rumors that this might be the end of Boba Fett. Like, Boba Fett might die at the end of this one. This might be kind of the way he really dies. And if that's the case, maybe she shows up on his deathbed or something to that effect, or is like one of the last things, and can tie that together, which makes things even more interesting to find out. Like, if we go, the way I look at it, if we do it this way, Boba Fett dies at the end of this series. Omega joins up with him, and they haven't met each other as far as we know, like as far as like on screen or whatever. So we see them at their end. Then Bad Batch Season 2 is heavily about Omega and Boba Fett getting together. It's like that way you get to tell that story in a way. You get to tell that the ending first.
And maybe like he passes her the armor or something. I don't know.
Something to that effect.
Keeps the gen code going. But that's kind of what I want from Book of Boba Fett. I want it to, because obviously Robert Rodriguez is involved. I want this to be Desperado in space. I want this to be like the last go around for Boba.
Right.
Dies defending his seat in Jabba's palace. Like, and his last shot is just him standing in front of the chair, just with his blasters drawn. Shit, like the entire bounty hunter guild in front of him, just gunning him down.
Right.
And he's just there, just like Beskar flying off. Dude, I've already dreamed about like the final shot of Book of Boba Fett.
Well, that's the thing. That's Fennec Shah being a part of it as well. It makes that nice connection between Omega also kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that makes
a lot of sense, right? So I mean, I would like to see that. I actually hope we could. Thank you for the question there, late to the party. But yeah. So let's move in then after the season 2 confirmed. Let's go into the season 1 finale, part 1 of it at least, anyway. Return to Camino. All right, I'm gonna say right off the top back, I'm gonna get right into something.
Thesis statement.
Not quite a thesis statement, but I am very. I don't know about you guys, and I haven't talked to you much about this yet. I am very satisfied with what they did with Crosshair.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. I will say that we were warring back and forth for a long time. Is he going to get redeemed? Is he going to stay villainous? And we both felt like if you were redeemed, the other side were going to hate it, and if he went villainous, the redeemed side was going to hate it.
They did neither.
They did neither, and yet it was both. It was both. It was satisfactory to both parties. I feel like exactly it, because at the end of the day, you have a guy. He has come out and said that my chip's been gone for a while, and I still am acting the way I'm acting. So, he's still villainous, but he's cut off from the Empire now. He has a whole new thing. He has a whole new loyalty. He's got to figure out a lot more for himself. He's not quite as all in on killing them anymore because he doesn't have any orders to kill them anymore at this point because he's cut off from the Empire. It is the perfect setup for a season 2 for Crosshair that I could have ever imagined. I didn't imagine it, and I just smiled at my face the entire time I watched this Crosshair episide. Okay, I said my piece. Maddie, what was your thoughts? As someone who wanted to say villainous.
I kind of, there was some bit, like, I had no idea, I did not see that coming. Like, when he said, this is the way I am. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? And he's like, I took my chip out long ago. And I was like, wait, hold on, wait, what, whoa. And no one say anything. What the hell did he just say? And then you see a little bit further on, Hunter looks at the burn scars. And it's like, when did he get it taken out?
Does it matter?
And then he starts talking about, like, we were brothers once. You betrayed me. You abandoned me. I'm just doing what I was made to do, what we were made to do. You're the one that walked away from that. And more importantly, you walked away from me. Mm-hmm. So this isn't the chip talking. This is Crosshair, who his brothers abandoned. And that hit me so hard in the gut, because that, again, Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, they do this with their villains. They make you, like, they justify their actions and they make you feel, okay, like, did he have a reason to go and burn refugees alive and try to shoot a child? No. But now I get why he's aligned with the Empire, because they've given him purpose.
Well, that's exactly the thing too. I do feel like the idea. I think you got to ship out after that, after the refugee thing. I think it's the way they can kind of semi-redeem him without redeeming him fully. Like, he did that when he was full on tanked up because of everything else. But I do feel like at some point after that he got it out, because everything since then he's been zealous about doing what he's told, and he's been very zealous about getting the Bad Batch specifically. But he had some signs before where, like, he didn't kill Hauser. Or he didn't like kill, he just arrested them, all that kind of stuff. So he had these signs of being a little different. But that speech, I agree with that speech he said to Hunter, exactly on. Like,
and there was one sentence even that he said, like, when Hunter says, you were trying to kill us, we had no choice but to leave you. And he went, and I did. And that was when he still had the chip, right? So that's him saying that's when he still had the chip. And I thought that was a pretty damn good comeback from him as well.
That storytelling, man, oh my God, I didn't expect it. I did kind of think that, and we talked about it in a previous episode, I thought that he was looking to go find them, not to kill them, but to recruit them. And that's what he wanted. He was basically saying, look, in his own way, he was saying, look, I love you.
Come back.
Like, we have something good here. Like, and he even said it, like, you're better than running around the galaxy playing bounty hunter or whatever
That
for
got
the
me.
criminal underworld.
That
And
was a
now-
really good argument.
And he was just like, look, we have a life here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could provide strength for the Empire. And Hunter was just like, no, like that's not us now. And
That's not us, yeah.
And when Crosshair was basically saying, "Well, you're going to throw this away for what?" And I thought he was going to say Omega, but he said, "What are you going to throw all that away for? What?
Right.
The Republic?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like the line has now been drawn. Like he's Empire, they're Rebellion. Like the line's drawn now.
So I've been saying that they're going to be redeeming Crosshair like they did Kylo, right? They didn't do that, but there's a lot of similarities to The Last Jedi if you think about it. When Kylo, well, at first we thought maybe Kylo turned when he killed Snoke, pulled the saber and started fighting with Rey. This was like beat for beat The Last Jedi. Crosshair turning on the troopers, them fighting together. Like they had this amazing fight together. But when it was over, he was like, "Join me, join the Empire." Like, so this was beat by beat, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. It worked perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
But very similar to.
Maybe he needed them because he knew that he wouldn't be able to take all the droids by himself. So he was like, "Fuck it, let's birthday." But Jake, I fucking love you, bro.
You went over, Jake. Oh, that's starting the chat. Always good to see you in the chat.
Hey, sorry.
No, you're right. It is. I do think the redemption is. I think redemption is going to kind of happen, but it's going to be one of those slow burn redemptions, which is the only way it works. He's going to stay villainous to a degree. Like he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be a nice guy. He's going to be the badass he always has been. My guess is, and what I talked about to a couple people afterwards, I kind of feel like you're going to see him with the Bad Batch in the beginning of next year for a little bit. He's going to travel with them again.
Well, they took him with them.
They took him, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna talk about next week because there's a lot of more stuff to talk about with this episode. But real quick, I do think he's going to start with them. He's going to go along with them, but like they're going to keep an eye on him the whole time. And eventually, though, it's going to get to the point where he's going to say he can't travel with them anymore. That's too much has happened, too much has gone down, and you're going to see him break off on his own. I think you're going to see him be a neutral third party in a way. He'll help.
I think it'll be the other way around.
You think so?
I think at the end of this, he's going to walk away and be like, "Look, we're not us anymore. I am with the Empire." Whether like they just try, because he's out cold. He doesn't know that they just tried to kill all of them.
Right.
He could wake up.
It'd be interesting to see either way. I see both sides could happen to a degree, but I kind of feel like we gotta get a little bit. But it might be actually both. But I know what I mean. Like I don't necessarily mean he's gonna walk away. Like he's not gonna travel for a long time. But I think for the first couple episodes.
Yeah, go find out.
You're gonna get some interactions with Omega. You're gonna get some interactions with the crew, and you're gonna try to learn about what's going on. They're gonna try to convince him. And he's gonna say, "I need to find myself now. I need to go figure this out. I can't be with you guys. I can't. I'm not with the Empire anymore. I gotta figure out something." Hell, maybe
it's not you guys. It's me. I need some time off.
It's not you. It's me.
By the end of the show. I mean, not seeing the second season. By the end of the finale of the series finale, he will be back with the crew.
Yeah,
but how?
If they die, if they all die at the end, which could happen.
Let's talk about the fist pump moment of the episode, like when they finally fought together again, and the Bad Batch theme came on.
Yes.
They were like, you felt like they were made to like be together, to fight together, to work as a team. Like they didn't skip a beat. Like they worked like a well-oiled machine together.
And Omega too, from up in the tower. Like that's traditionally Crosshair's thing. It's usually Crosshair up in the tower with his sniper. And then you have the two droids while Hunter and Crosshair were fighting on the floor. Which, by the way, Hunter almost went for a sick armbar. I thought it was really sweet. He went for a Kazakhstan throw into an armbar. But he didn't. He picked up the gun. I was like, damn, Hunter knows jiu-jitsu. Fair fucking play. Anyway, nerd moment.
Tight. I don't understand anything you just said. But okay. Some kind of wrestling move, some kind of fighting move. I get that. Real quick. Sorry. I just want to say real quick. No has been announced. They only announced the second season is happening. That's all they've announced so far. So, that being said, go ahead, Manny. Continue.
But like when the droids start walking down the ramp and Omega just pulled out the bow, like Sid showed her, and just like, boom, and shot straight through the both of them.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
That was good shit, man. The whole thing was fucking good. Whole thing was good. It didn't stop. The action just was nonstop. I love that they were going. Everybody knew they were coming. They still found a way. I love they brought the droid back in there, and the droid's
AZ,
gonna go along.
AZ,
AZ
Yeah.
one. Yeah, gets to join the crew now for a while. I bet you that because he'll stick around for a while now, which is fine. I think it's kind of fun to have that kind of droid with them. The best part about the whole thing, though, is Star Wars works best, especially in these kind of shows, where you have things that affect the group of people involved with the Bad Batch or Rebels, or whatever. But it's also big moments that affect the overall canon, the overall storyline of Star Wars itself. And we got a big plot point answer here. Whatever happened to Camino? Whatever happened to episode?
Yep.
Never mentioned in after episode 3. Never mentioned after 2.
Two.
Oh no! Remember, I don't remember if we mentioned after 2. I can't remember if it was mentioned in 3 or not.
No.
Either way, we haven't in post prequels and in current time. We've not really seen anything hide or hair of Camino except for the Mandalorian cloner who has the Camino patch.
Yeah,
That's
Kush,
it.
man.
So it was always kind of wondering, oh, well, where is Camino during this time? Well, Camino's gone. I mean, not necessarily the planet, but the Topeka
Did they
City.
just? Yeah, exactly. They didn't destroy the planet. They just
Camino?
destroyed
No,
this-
Camino. Our Camino, for all intents and purposes, is gone. It's like destroying Mos Eisley or destroying like
Yeah, they
I mean,
they
it's
just destroyed Topeka City.
the setting that we know of. I mean, you can say yeah, whole planets there, but like but at least what we know of Camino. I mean, we could obviously see Camino be a huge part of the beginning of next season. They might not get off to Camino. They might go to a different. Maybe we'll explore a different part of Camino next season, at the beginning, when they try to get off the planet and you'll see a different city or see something else, which would be kind of cool. But either way, we do get the Topeka City destroyed. The cloners are destroyed except for the one. Obviously, they got Nalse and kept her safe or whatever. That's going to still. I still think it's going to be the lineage to Mandalorian season 1. The cloner there, but watching that go down, it was so powerful and so perfect. The show works best, I think. Almost any show works best. Any kind of sci-fi action type show, when you put your heroes in a scene or sequence, and in the back of your mind, like, I don't know how the fuck they're getting out of this.
Yeah.
Even though you know there's something, like, they're obviously gonna, they're the good guys. They're not gonna kill the Bad Batch now. Season 2 coming, yada yada yada. But like in the back of your mind, like, well, I guess they can go back towards their ship, but like, this looks fucking. They look fucking fucked right now.
I immediately full of dread in my heart and this was really fucking ominous when they showed all the different rooms completely empty. Their quarters empty, the mess hall empty, the clone lab empty, like not even any embryos in the tubes, like everything deserted. And I was like, wait, what's gonna happen? And then you see the 3 Venators come forward, and I was like, no, they're not. And then just fucking hellfire rained down. And I was
After a
like,
well-placed nostalgic line from Tarkin. You may fire when ready.
if I when ready.
Perfectly. That's the kind of nostalgia I mean by that. I love that's the kind of clip like that's perfectly set. It's exactly what he would say, and yet still call back to some previous
I
times
love
in a way.
talking. I love talking.
Fire when ready, Amanda. So good.
Javi, what did you think of that moment and when you see like everything empty? That seems like something that would kind of like hit you as well.
You mean before they started shooting?
Yeah.
Like I didn't put that together. I was just like, because I know they were like decommissioning the droids and sending the clones away. I had no idea that they were going to be destroying the place. So I had no ominous feelings about that, because they talked about it before. Like they shipped them off world and the droids got decommissioned and stuff like that. So I didn't get that feeling that you got.
It just kind of clicked like right before it happened. I was like, they're either gonna send in all the stormtroopers they've got, or they're gonna fucking blow the place to Kingdom Come. And it was option B. But they've still got the tube system underneath the city, which apparently no one other than Omega knows about.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, did it feel a little too convenient? Like the landing on the water, just in the tube system, it was like, why would you need that? That's like perfect for infiltrating into the building. Like there's no reason to have that.
Well, it is a secret lab. It's not a secret lab, so she has a secret landing pad, platform, and everything else.
Okay.
It kind of makes sense to me. And I kind of like the idea that she knew about it because she grew up with Nalse. Nalse obviously wanted her and everything. She would. To me, I get where you're coming from because there's definitely some magical convenience to it, but I think it made sense enough for me to kind of go, all right, I buy it enough. I like the cool platform. I thought it was kind of cool. The platform comes up like that out of the ocean. I like that. That's really kind of cool. Like
We got our tech line. It was just like, if we go down any further, we will be in the water.
right in the water.
She was like, well, yeah, like keep going down, and then it came up. And Jarvie, one thing you gotta remember: there is not a bullet on this planet or in a galaxy far, far away that can pierce through plot armor.
That's true. Always the best armor. Fuck Beskar. Give me plot armor every day. And yes, Jake, I agree. I want to see this one. I want this episode now. My wife Kim hasn't watched this one yet. I said, you know what? Just wait. I'm gonna let her watch it next week. Like
Yeah, do a 2-part.
the whole 2-parter back to back. I love that's a weekly show. Don't get me wrong. I prefer weekly now to binging.
For sure.
For most things now. It's funny how it happened. Like I used to love this. They've got the binge. Like, oh my god, we can binge everything. Holy shit, that's what I want. But now it's like I gotta go back to their way. Now I'm like something like Ted Lasso. I like binging only because it's like
right, dude. I was just gonna say I need Ted
telling me to
Lasso
watch
now.
this.
I cannot wait.
that's
for
an
these
inconsequential.
episodes.
But it's inconsequential to binge. Like you don't get much
Yeah.
out of like this. But this kind of episode, this kind of show, you do get a good thing for waiting.
Is that show really like as good as everyone is saying
Dude,
it?
I love it.
It's so fucking
I
good.
love it.
Okay,
Like, it's
watch
not.
it.
So
I will
good.
say that I will use the hype train a little bit and just say real quick that we're getting off of Star Wars now real quick. It's not like life changing. I mean, it's
To me, it is.
To me, it's a comedy. It is a comedy. It's not like an important storyline overall, but it's just the characters and the vibe and the flat out positivity of the character that
That's what's life changing.
You smile non-stop at the show. That's what it is. It's like you can't boil down what it's about. It's like, oh, this storyline's great.
No, you can't.
Or these so many great moments. Like, holy shit, this is a great plot and great. It's not. It's just the positivity of the characters. It's funny. It's
It's therapeutic.
It is therapeutic.
It's so therapeutic because you watch it, you feel like, okay, I'm gonna try to be more like Ted Lasso today. And when you do that, you just immediately want to be great to everyone around you.
Hold up a second. Late to the pie just put something in the chat that made me go from 6 to midnight. What if at the end of it, and this is complete speculation, Starkiller shows up?
Oh, I'd be all over that.
This would be the only, so far, this is the only animated show that Sam Witwer hasn't had a part in yet.
That's true. That's true. It's gonna
Has he
happen
been
sometime.
Oh.
Has he been in anything other than games so far?
Yeah, he's been Clone
Yeah,
Wars,
Clone Wars, Rebels.
Really?
He voices Palpatine. He voices
No,
Maul.
no. Starkiller.
Oh, Starkiller.
I'm
No,
convinced
just
he was
games.
in that one episode of The Mandalorian, but I don't know if it was him.
Nothing official now. No, nothing official I can think of.
Yeah,
No Clone Wars, no Rebels.
I'd
no...
love that, but I don't think they're gonna be mixing the games with the
I mean,
series.
Fallen Order's canon.
True.
Who?
It's true.
Uh,
Fallen
the
Order. The
Fallen Order, that game's canon.
Well, give me the name of the Jedi there.
Cal Kestis?
Cal Kestis.
Cal, right? So, but has he been confirmed in upcoming something, or has he already been in something? No,
No, he hasn't been in
he
any
ain't canon.
in series.
Yeah,
but,
Sorry,
like,
saying.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Starkiller's not canon.
Right.
Fuck.
Starkiller's
Well,
not
he's in my head canon, so that would be fucking sweet. Just like they're trying to get through the door, and then suddenly, the door starts to close on them. Suddenly, it stops. You turn around, there's Sam Witwer there, just a Starkiller like holding the door open. I'll be like, oh fuck.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I want live action for Whitwer. I agree.
If we get live action,
Oh,
we
there we
lost
go.
Jarvie. Every episode once Jarvie just because see Disney strikes him down. I would say
We
I
get
like
a
this.
great idea, and Disney's like, nah, fuck that.
I would say that Sam Witwer. I like to see Sam Witwer in live action as well. But if we did get him in animated, it would be cool to have him have his own character like that too.
Yeah. Have
Once
him-
per episode, Disney strikes you down.
Dude, I know.
Are you now more powerful than you could possibly imagine?
Nice.
Yeah, I would like to see him live action as well. Though either way, it would be good for me though. But all right. Anything else on this episode that we didn't really talk about that we should touch base on? I thought we covered it pretty well.
Would you say, like me and Maddie talked before we went live, would you say this is the best episode yet?
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, the first episode it rivals it. I think the first episode rivals it quite a bit, but this is definitely it does what it's supposed to do, and it has this appropriate climax so far. I mean, it'll depend a little bit on how next episode goes. I think because it's going to definitely tie because it's so tied in. If next episode shits the bed, then it's going to weaken this episode.
Yeah, better not.
I don't think it will. I shouldn't even put that out there because I don't think it will. I mean, in Filoni, I trust. He hasn't really let me down too many times, to be honest with you. So, but as far as everything else goes, yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head anything else that was that much better. So this is the one that did the most for me. Got his crosshair back in the action. We got some Camino action, which we love. Got some Empire action. We get to see Bad Batch as a unit. Yeah, I liked it. Liked it quite a bit. So,
I think we are missing the one.
It's already here. Sorry.
What was that?
Sorry.
Okay. I think we are missing the one quite key story point of when they're in the lab, and Omega says that she was there when the Bad Batch was created.
yes, that's actually a good point to discuss. It's good point to discuss there. Real quick. Nice to see you guys. Always good to see you.
Hey,
The Alphabet Trilogy. Oh, I know what you want to talk. The Alphabet Squadron books.
Squadron, yeah.
They're okay. I gotta be honest.
I
know
haven't
some
read
people
the
love
last
them.
one.
A lot of people, because he's the same guy who did the Battlefield stuff and everything else, Battlefront books. I was never a huge fan of this author. He's fine. I know why people like him. If you're a hardcore military guy, hardcore like rank and army war, like it's hardcore, that kind of stuff. But to me, it always feels a little clinical. I don't really feel the characters very much.
I think Alex Damon really likes him because I think he's into like all the like military and pilot and stuff. I think I've heard him talk quite highly of them. But I haven't read the last one, so I can't really.
I'm in the middle of the last one, and it's
Okay.
fine. But like I kind of put it aside for other things here and there, like I said. But also, real quick, yes, that was actually one of my favorite ones as well. That was obviously when Cad Bane was revealed. That was another really powerful one. That's right up there. So that could be another one I really did like. What was going through the other ones?
We have yet to see him come back. Where the hell did he go?
Not being paid anymore. He did his job as much as he could.
I don't know.
He got pulled off. I mean, they're not paying him.
I'm pretty sure. I think they're going to be bringing him in and
I'm sure
some of the other shows, and they just like, we got this character. Like, get ready.
Yeah, that could be absolutely be true. And where is Hondo Anaka?
The Hondo Watch continues.
Hondo Watch does continue. We're waiting for him to appear at some point.
What if he's the one that gets him off Camino?
It could be. That could be good. That could be very good.
Wait, but their ship is still intact, right? It's still on the pad in the water.
I don't know. They might have shot like completely underwater and.
They wouldn't know to shoot there, though.
Yeah, that's true. So it should theoretically still be there, unless like the power systems are down, the landing pad sunk back in the water.
I want him to swim there, and then a goober fish is going to show up, and then there's always a bigger fish.
Sorry, thank you very much. I was
Rex will be
just
there.
about to bring that up because they wouldn't have said Omega, like if something happens, go call Rex. They wouldn't have just thrown that in there you don't just mention Rex's name.
Well, Rex sent him there in the first place. At one
There you go.
point. So I mean, like Rex is doing stuff, and so I think Rex is. I mean, not to Camino, but to the thing that led them to Camino.
They're going to use Hauser, I think.
Oh, dude, what if they all show up?
No, sorry. I think I'm confusing. Well, what's the guy, the goofy Gregor?
Gregor.
No, yeah, they left him. I meant Gregor. They left him with Sid.
Yeah.
Pretty much like, why would they leave him there? Just take him with you. He's going to be like extra hands. So I'm pretty sure like Sid's going to send him to help them out.
Well, I think Gregor's going to go. I think Gregor's going to arrive with Rex and Wolf.
Okay.
Dude.
Together.
Yeah, Clegane.
Oh,
The Hound.
Found.
that would be so sweet. Like if they just show up, just like on the side of a fucking transport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! And Hauser's with them. Like Hauser's broken
Gregor's
out
the
of
mountain.
jail.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Or like Hauser's broken out of jail. He's broken his squad out of jail, and just like all the clones show back up. They're like, "What? You thought you were gonna send us off world? Fuck you!"
That'd be cool. That would be very cool. I love that. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes down. All right. Well, that's going to be the end of us this week. I'll say real quick, any thoughts on next week's episode? We already just started talking about that. I do think we're going to get a major episode on Camino. I think we'll get Camino at the end. And as far as Omega having been there when they were born, I think that's going to come back into play somehow. I do think it's going to come back into play. I think that she's going to be involved more with them, and it's going to be a reason why she's with them, why she connects with them more. And eventually, Boba Fett has got to come into play. Big time.
All in the next episode?
I think we might see Boba Fett next episode, possibly. Possibly. I'm not saying for sure, but I think we might get that involved. Perhaps.
I will say we did get one big payoff as well in this episode, in that they broke from routine of Omega didn't have to say you can't leave him behind. Like Hunter just picked up Crosshair, threw him over the shoulder, and you even saw like the look between them, and she gave him the little nod, like you've learned,
Yeah.
well done. Like I didn't have to tell you. I was like, thank you, Hunter. Thank you for actually like doing it for once and being like, hey, we can't leave the man behind.
All right, Yadavi, where can the folks find you?
Oh, I knew you were going to start doing that now.
Yeah,
You can find me at Richard Eric with a K Jari on Facebook and Instagram, and of course here weekly.
that ain't right. That ain't right. Say it properly.
No. I'm not. I'm gonna say I'm Jarvi on this podcast.
Your job be anything action, bro. Like that's.
I'm Jarvi here, but I was just thinking when we wrap with the Bad Batch, like we still have ways to go till Vision, so I guess we're picking up with our movies.
I assume so. I assume that's what we'll do.
Because I think we stopped at Rogue One, right?
Yes.
Or did we do A New Hope?
We did not do A New Hope. Did we do Solo?
We did do A New Hope.
We did Solo. I remember doing Solo. I think we did Rogue One as well.
Yeah, I think that's what
I think you guys might have done A New Hope.
We did A New Hope.
You did A New Hope. We haven't. Empire's next.
So Empire's next. I have to go back and look through everything around, but Empire's my favorite one, so that would happen soon. That's true. And we'll have to go back and watch all the other cartoons just for Yarvi.
Sorry, they can't pronounce it. They're trying to. They can.
We're trying. Sadi, right? Sadi. I still try to say that too.
Sadi, write your last name here. Because I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm not even.
No. Because I think Ben and Drew are saying like Lamin Makin or something. How are they saying it? Because it's kind of funny how they're saying Sadi's last name, and I shouldn't laugh because it's right.
Lamin Maki.
Lamin Maki.
Maki.
Yeah, Maddie got close.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's just Maki instead of Maki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's The A with the two dots on it is
Funny, I was having a conversation with someone about that earlier when we were talking about, I can't remember what word we were talking about. It was the Adidas. Like you guys call it Adidas.
Right.
But we
Adidas.
call it or Adidas, but we call it Adidas.
Interesting.
Let's do a pronunciation podcast.
That'd be a whole other thing. That's PLD product pronunciation. All right.
Wow, that sounds like the worst idea ever.
All right, Gunnar, where can the folks find you?
You can find me I'm going to say it for Jarvi. You can find me on Twitter.
Yes.
At Matty Gunner. Instagram, Matty_Gunner. Twitch, Matty Gunner TV. Clubhouse, just look up my name. I've got a few hours left of my birthday, so anyone that wants to, say happy birthday, I'd appreciate that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you both.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Paul_Denuzio. You can find me on Facebook the same way. You can find me on this every week, Scoundrels of the Force, the PLD Projects. Find me on Action Industries, either the weekend programming, I'm somewhere around there behind the scenes or sometimes on camera. FCL, the Movie Trivia Schmodown's First Class League, every Tuesday, 3 p.m. on Twitch. That's about most places you can find me. Otherwise,
what match have you got coming up?
For this week, we have a couple of good ones. We have actually Andres Gallego, the Ghost, making his triumphant return against David Jindoyan. Both are 1-1. They both have lots to prove. He's been chugging eggs like Rocky. That's a Jindoyan guy, so that should be a lot of fun. And then the main event of that one will be Sinister James Shimo, who definitely made his face known and his Sinister Syndicate, going up against Travis Fishburne, making his first appearance in a bit. That's a big match. It's going to be a big match as far as Travis Fishburne is 2-0, and he's looked really, really good. So he'll be going up there for a possible title contention soon if he beats Shimo. He'll be on the A line, so to speak, to get there. So that should be a lot of fun. Got a couple other ones coming up soon. Next week, we haven't announced them yet. Should I announce them now? Should I say it now? Oh, who's watching?
If you can.
I can. I probably could. All right, I'll say it here, but nobody ever say hush hush until they actually officially announce it. It's going to be Alex Marzonia versus
Hey.
the gentleman Chris Adams,
Okay,
and
that's a
then
good matchup.
Max Haddad versus Robert
Hey,
Adams
my guy, Maxwell. Let's go.
against Robert Adams.
Oh man, that's. Oh, okay. Maxwell and Robert. Okay, that's good.
So there we go with that.
I like it. Also, John Getz. Cheers, bruv. Thanks very much, mate.
I can pronounce that for you, what Sari just said, if you want to.
Well, okay, go on. What is
Hyvää
it?
syntymäpäivää, Matti.
Okay,
You
now
sound like a
that's
Star Wars
pronunciation.
language. It literally
No,
sounds
but
like
actually, Teräskasi, that's teräskäsi in Finnish and Estonian, means the hand of steel. That's
Oh, I
an
don't
Estonian
know.
and Finnish word that you use there. It's teräskäsi. Yeah.
Oh, two of those. So, you've given me the pronunciation. Like, now give me the translation.
It means happy birthday, Maddie.
Oh, thanks, Sadie.
All right. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for us. We'll be back next week to talk about the finale and see where we're going from there. Make some big bad predictions there. And maybe we'll get a guest on if we can make that work. Otherwise, thank you for staying with us. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate your time. Hopefully, you had as much fun as we did. And as always, may the force be with you.